Welcome back to some professional Starcraft 2 from the ESL, the Shopify ESL Open Pro Tour. Two of the best in Europe and in the world. Let me first introduce a man who cannot be contained unless somebody maybe builds a pylon outside his base. We won't talk about that. It is the most largest of all Gabes, the German Terran, on Team Mouse Sports. It is HeroMarine. And this isn't his old base, just where he started. We'll see where he is now soon, but the new prodigy of Protoss, the 16-year-old Dane. Wait, is that right? I'm pretty sure that's right. Known for the build he's doing right now. Also on Team Storm Gaming, it is the MaxPax. And, well, so he has established himself as a more well-rounded player, for sure. Having a lot of success in DreamHack and just generally on the ladder, as well as in these ESL Open Cups. But if it works, it works. HeroMarine will be heading into the base. He's gonna see a Nexus. Like, can you get away with a Nexus? He's going one gate expand, except the gate isn't where you'd think. I can't believe he's just... Well, HeroMarine got the scout off before committing to the command center. So, he will not be building his CC on the low ground. MaxPax now has to decide, like, of course he's walled off. Of course, as soon as the SCV got in, he had to know where the... I don't know if it'd actually be better. It's never better to let the Zealot in. HeroMarine going to be building a bunker on the other side of the map to give that Reaper a place to stay. So the awkward part of this is when you don't have any units. You have probes. I mean, this has happened before. You're just going to lose some probes here. Like... Okay. SCV is killed a little awkwardly. The Reaper gonna snipe a second probe. He has a wall at home. There's no reason not to micro here. Oh, he missed a shot. Trying to get some more damage. MaxPax will recall his Stalker. But 4 probes, that seems like a lot of damage. It seems like... That seems like way too much. Huh. All right. That is the downside of this. If your opponent, like, when you get a build named after you, I guess the only other example of this would be the Soul Train. No. There's been occasionally players who have their builds that seem to only work for them. There's Beyond with his Reapers. He got nerfed multiple times. There is Parting with his Soul Train build back in Wings of Liberty and Heart of the Swarm. And that's about it. Like, MaxPax, I wouldn't put this in the same category, because this is definitely... It's more a cheese than an all-in. There's a lot of overlap between cheese and all-in, but cheese is something that becomes significantly more effective when left unscouted, when unprepared for. But whereas an all-in doesn't necessarily lose a huge percentage of its strength. But when you, like, HeroMarine scouted, he knew there was a gateway on the other side of the map. So, wall off and send the Reaper. That seems like a massive weak point. Oh, almost losing the Reaper. But Big Gabe will stabilize here. He's got stamina. Looks like he wants to go. Is he going to pull some Tactiboys with this? He does not want to wait for MaxPax to be getting Blink Stalkers. He doesn't want to wait. Oh, this is a little awkward. He slides right by. The Stalkers were not on an attack move. A bit of a mistake there. The Cyclone snipes a Stalker. Good micro thus far. Cyclone looking for an opportunity. It's not going to be... He wants him to warp in at this stage. Oh my god, the Cyclone micro. Such as it is. Oh, MaxPax... Oh, it's optimistic. He gets the warping back. You don't lose money, it's just canceled, essentially. Well, looks like MaxPax is getting hashtag canceled in this game. Because no warping, 3 Stalkers down. That was some actually quite impressive Cyclone Micro from the largest of all Gabes. Yeah, 3 Stalkers against everything. Like, he's like, well, I mean, what's the follow-up? There is no follow-up. More Blink Stalkers. HeroMarine is in a very comfortable position now. 3 Stalkers. What is it? Okay. He kills 1 SCV before cutting the ribbon on the bunker, but... So... HeroMarine should, I say should, with... Well, really, honestly, he's in a great spot. Does he have stim? Yes. Does he have +1? Yes. Combat shields in production, starport. Admittedly late, but the Reaper lived. Templar Archives on the way. I think that's for any amount of Archons could be helpful. Not sure what happened over here either, but HeroMarine. MaxPax needs to blink for his life. Will boys be pulled? Not with this. Very unlikely, as HeroMarine is adding on more production. He's not going all in with this. He's just going to put on as much pressure. What is that? What am I watching? Cyclone's also not a late game unit in TVP, so use it as a scout, I guess. Here come the tanks. The Speedula helps the Marines along. Charge is nearly done, but there's only three gateway. Oh, just when you thought Marines couldn't get any faster. The scan gives them vision to the high ground. The Marines speeding right through. And with all this, that's 5 Blink Stalker. He just slams the Nexus, rips it away. There are almost more tanks than Stalkers here. Or just units in general. He doesn't need medevacs, but they won't hurt. Well, they'll hurt MaxPax. That was a questionable blink. GG. HeroMarine with a comfortable victory in Game 1. And there it goes. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. This is actually the semifinals, which means this is a best of 5. So have no fear. MaxPax gets another chance. Or 2 chances. Or more, depending on how well it goes. Wait, no, that's not how math... Don't worry about it. Anyways, Game 2. I'm surprised. I'm in this tournament. Zest didn't even make it to the semifinals, probably because it starts at like 3 a.m. Korea time, and that's actually, even for Zest, is a little ridiculous. That's when he goes to bed. After a long night. Wakes up to beat up the North Americans, though, a few hours later. In every other ESL. That probe, it built a gateway. Alright. Not usually noteworthy, but with MaxPax specifically, is of note. Like, that probe, all it's doing is its normal activities of being incredibly annoying and stressing everyone out. Including the Protoss, because if you're microing the probe, like, you're trying to make sure you don't take any HP down. But you gotta do something. Like, gotta micro, gotta block a command center, even though the command center that can fly, and the Terran doesn't want to just build it off to the side, even though it can fly, because that's annoying. But also, the probe's doing a good job. Now there's a Marine on the way, so the probe just fucking dies. Alright, there you go. Didn't expect that one. MaxPax was banking on a Reaper. But you reap what you sow. So greedy. Yes, I speak Englando. So, moving forward. MaxPax's not going to be losing a whole bunch of probes this time around. But at the same time, not even threatening HeroMarine. A Twilight again, not surprising. Is it time to break out the Shrine of Darkness? The Adept can technically kill 3 Marines, but like... not consistent. It's enough of a gray area. You don't really want to risk it. Marines heading out again. MaxPax's going to keep that Shade Scout going. Blink is the choice. The Scouting Hellion on the way, pointing towards likely a Raven follow-up here for Big Gabe. The Hellion not enough to turn the tide. That 2 Adepts actually that changes all the numbers here. Alright. It's an awkward amount. The Hellion slips out, I'm pretty sure at this point. He either saw the Hellion or it's implied, really. Sniping 1 Marine. The Adept taking some hits. HeroMarine, that blocks the Hellion, doesn't it? Yeah. As the Hellion a little larger around the waist than Marines. It actually has to have a little more space to slip through, and that Stalker just puffing out its Stalker chest. I'm not 100%, but like I'm like 94%. And I'm 94% sure that MaxPax should not have lost those Adepts. That was an unforced error. He just didn't back off in time. It was pretty obvious the Marine count was too high. But losing those 2 Adepts means that HeroMarine can easily just move out. He just puts everything in the medevac, and usually 8 unstimmed, uncombat shielded, unupgraded Marines. Like, this isn't a training mission. You're supposed to have those things, but at this specific timing, with only a handful of Stalkers not looking this way, it might actually do something. Now, okay, the Hellion staring, watching. HeroMarine's already waiting. The blink. Medevac. It's waiting for its moment. Its moment will be when he sees Stalkers committed across the map. Once he sees that, well then, you know. He knows. It's time. The Stalkers are warped in immediately, but 2 Stalkers are not enough here. 2 more might do it, but this is undercutting the potential of the push at the front. MaxPax, he actually loses a Stalker, loses 6 probes. Another Stalker as well. They're just straight up fighting. They might win. Indeed they will. The heroic Marines. Meanwhile, Blink Stalker's trying to do the same thing. What do you think you are, Marines? Come on. You cost like 4 times as much and do less. Come on. Come on. Meanwhile, the Marines still going. They're not done. He's now killed 10. 10 probes, that is, and several Stalkers. 8 Stalkers have gone down. So, with 3 Stalkers, now 4 in the main. Like, it's not doing it. It's not... No. 4 Stalkers in a Prism is not 8 Marines in a medevac. I know this comes as a shock to many Protoss. No, it's a little like... Come on, that is not a confident Dark Shrine. A confident Dark Shrine is one you get while you're getting Blink. Maybe you cancel Blink, start a Dark Shrine, then restart Blink. Like, I've seen arguably Protoss do that. But, like, failing horribly at Blink, losing a bunch of probes. Come on! This is a sad Shrine, at best. Dark Shrine, not so much. HeroMarine doesn't have any turrets, but he does have a 3rd CC on the way. It feels so obvious to get this. That might be why it works. Like, it's just so desperate that it might actually do something. If HeroMarine does cut a couple... Oh, he got him back with 2 of the Marines! He didn't even lose the medevac. Oh, what? There are Stalkers over here, too? Okay. All right, so here we are. Dark Shrine is complete. No DT is being warped in yet, but he just scans the Dark Shrine. Like, I think he was trying to decoy it as like a pylon or something, if there was just a glance. I don't know. Like, okay. So yeah, the DT is gonna have a tough time. Yeah, it's not a great timing. HeroMarine already knows. Huh, one gets in the main. That's interesting. He scans one. Second one will get more than 0 kills. Okay? It gets more than 0, which is about as much as you could ask. Any amount more than 0 was amazing there for MaxPax. No! Alright, the drop of doom. HeroMarine has had enough of this game. There is nothing here. Not figuratively. There's literally nothing. Alright. And no vision. And there goes the Nexus. There's no warping. He's recalling. He might kill the Nexus in time. Not quite. But at what cost? Stutter stepping back, so even blinking is a little risky. Because the Stalkers can get targeted. He gets a couple. And here comes the Cavalry. And there goes MaxPax. Game 2. To the most substantial of all games in this match. And in the world. Another clean, concise... In fact, that game was even more one-sided. It's looking like a Mobius strip of a series right now, unless MaxPax can turn it around. Now we're just gonna jump into game 3, okay? Even with the he throws out the GLHF, which usually I don't think is very aggressive, but that was a strong. I'm reading into it, but of course that's my job. That's a strong out the gate GLHF. Like yeah, good luck. See where it gets you. MaxPax having a tough time. HeroMarine just... He's got his style down. He knows what he likes. He wants to play kind of your middle of the road, tank push timing. He doesn't... No funny business. Funny business. HeroMarine is never one to laugh. Alright? As a German and as a Terran, some say he has never before been graced with the mirth of the other race. Or the cultural heritage of someone who can build a dark shrine. So, here we are. Or maybe because of his immense size, we just have not yet heard the frequency at which he displays his amusement. That has to be it, I think. I apologize to the biggest Gabe for my offense. A zealot. Not the craziest choice, but definitely this is kind of like getting those early Zerglings out and trying to sneak by the Reaper, which is a little more common in ZVT, but not very common. This is... Oh, you did build a Reaper. Okay. Dragging the Reaper. I don't know if he kept the probe around intentionally, but you don't expect the Zealot. It should get there by the time the command center is finishing. If he can delay the command center by any meaningful amount of time, which is like more than like 5 seconds, then okay, you got something going. There is a reactor now, which is going to leave HeroMarine with just a singular Marine to defend. A heroic Marine. But now, oh, he just loses it. Didn't react quite in time. Forces the SCV off. MaxPax finding dead. You got it. You can't let that CC finish. It comes down to SCV RNG. And there he goes. Now this is annoying. This is This has gone from annoying to potentially... It's not game-ending, but now we have to see how bad it gets. Like, how many SCVs are lost? How long does the command center go unfinished? I thought he might bounce the Adept in, but I don't think that would actually be a good thing. The reactor is vulnerable here. It has to be repaired. Like, you can't be losing the reactor. Does he throw the shades in? How many units die to the Adepts? Great micro out of MaxPax. He doesn't actually shade in. Oh, no! Besides that first Marine and SCV, HeroMarine with an impeccable defense. Oh, no. Even the Adept goes down. So... yeah, it started well, and then it went downhill pretty quick. Losing both Adepts and Zealot for essentially nothing. Besides a little time on the command center. If he could have picked up a few more units or the reactor, okay, we got a stew going. But getting a slight delay on the CC and losing 2 Adepts is a lot. HeroMarine probably not feeling too bad about that. Probably feeling pretty... okay, he's building the supply depots now. There is a medevac drop where one Stalker will dutifully spot for it. Unfortunately, you know what you didn't expect in there? A Cyclone. Oh, there's a Cyclone. Snipes a Stalker. Slurped up by the medevac. Medevac gets out of vision, dodges away. HeroMarine with a slip and slide. Oh, MaxPax outmaneuvered. I'm not sure if the pylon spotted this. The Blink Stalkers, we've seen this story before. The Blink Stalkers on one side. The SCVs will be pulled to repair. There's not enough Stalkers to get through this in time. We should see the medevac. Yep, there it goes. MaxPax's gonna find some decent damage here before the tank finishes. Tank almost complete, but guess what? There's a Cyclone, and there's... oh, blink! Ooh. He had to blink back, but Overcharge does save the Stalker, and that means that this drop is not going to do much more. Awkwardly, in this specific scenario, you'd rather have 8 Marines. 8 Marines is definitely a more substantial drop than a Cyclone, a Hellion, and 2 Marines. Because that Cyclone's pretty fragile. The Hellion is also along for the ride, and the Marines are wondering why they got on the wrong bus. The main base, well defended. HeroMarine adding production. Why are there no Stalkers here, MaxPax? Uh-oh. He got back in before another overcharge could be overcharged. Though the Hellion... oh my god, this is way too many probes. This is way too many probes. Okay, never mind, I take it back. The ragtag crew in that medevac just did devastating damage. 12 probes is completely unacceptable. From a drop you already knew was coming? That's way too much. I would have accepted 4. That's the number. On a good... if I was being generous, 5. But not 12. That was just completely underestimating the damage they could do before they were cleaned up. Snipes a tank, but once again, deja vu, we've been in this place before. HeroMarine with a comfortable both SCV and a small supply lead. One more with that observer going down. He's got a tank push coming together. Stim combat shield. +1 already done. Where did it come from? Does he just start the game with +1? It feels like it. MaxPax is in his least painful spot so far. He has some tech, some economy, a relatively healthy amount of Blink Stalkers, and an overabundance of micro intentions. That Warp Prism is a strong gust of wind and an EMP away from death. The EMP is an important part. It has 2 HP. 100 shields, though. There's not going to be an EMP, so... MaxPax has a lot of tools here. But does he have enough buffer to make those tools work? I don't think so. All the tech is in the main, the Twilight, the Rubble Bay, the Forge, this pylon mostly. Unfortunately, is there enough energy for a recall? Yes. Does it matter in time? He needs to recall, like yesterday. A couple Stalkers already went down. A single Colossus is more of a juicy target than it is a defensive option. HeroMarine knocks it over. Shield battery overcharge, doesn't reshield the pylon, does not pat himself on the back, does not pass go, does not collect $200 for winning the ESL Open Cup as HeroMarine is picking him apart, tearing him up, and knocking him down. Another Colossus pops out into the worst possible situation, and HeroMarine sweeps the floor of MaxPax this time around. Big Gabe will continue on, and MaxPax, his road will end. Not this time. Clean 3-0. Big Gabe with the 2 Gs. Congratulations. Thank you, ESL Pro Tour, Shopify. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, ring the bell. Why not? Good luck. Have fun. Stay tuned.